I just found the best terminal in the world. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you can go from this to this. Before I show you that, who here actually likes using Linux or Mac terminal? There is no autocomplete, no memory, no workflows. It's absolute. Oh my god, this is so frustrating. There should be a better solution, right? Like, do you really enjoy typing a bunch of commands, make one tiny mistake, and then watch your screen yell at you like you just insulted its mom? That's when I found this terminal, Warp. It has autocomplete, it has AI agents that allows you to finish a task without even leaving the terminal. It has workflows where you can save regularly used commands. It has themes from dark to light to even fish, jellyfish. So let's see how we can download it. So go to warp.dev and you can download it based on your operating systems. Apparently Windows is coming soon. And in this video, I will show you how you can use it to maximize your productivity, whether you are a developer, student, or just navigating through your folders using the. Let's go through some of the most popular features that I really like. The first one is command completion. So this is where you type in the first few letters of the command and the related command pop up. So this is really easy if you want to complete a certain commands and if you don't know the entire command itself, or if you're just going through different folders. This is really useful. As you can see, I'm gonna type something like doc and all the related commands that starts with doc or something doc inside the command pop up. And this is really useful if you don't know what exact the command is. And another thing is finding the command flags. For example, I want to commit a message and I don't know what different flags are. So you can see we can go through all the different flags, look at the description and pick the flag that you really want. So I found this really useful. And this is really going to change all of our workflows really soon. So if you want to turn this feature on, so you can go to settings or features and turn this open completions menu as you type on. Memory of used command. So as you can see, I'm going to type something like docker build t, and I'm going to type a really big name for the tag for the container. So I don't want to type this again and again. So that's where the magic of warp comes in. So as you can see, I typed just the first few letters and the entire command popped up, and you can just click tab and it auto completes it. Another feature that I really like is showing the GUI for all the folders that I can navigate to. For example, I just typed cd and then I can see all the different folders inside that directory. So I really like that. Next up, saved sessions. So let's say you have 1, 2, or even 3 windows side by side with different commands on each of those. And let's say you shut down your laptop and you're reopening the terminal. I know that in Linux, it wouldn't reopen your previous session, but in Warp, it reopens all 3 windows and it even saves all the different commands that you've typed in each of those windows. So let's go to blocks. So each execution is a block in Warp, and you can navigate up and down using the up and down arrow. And as you can see, there are different options. You can right click, there's copy, share, save as workflow, toggle block. There's all sorts of different things. And next feature that I really like is typing in natural language. So basically you can ask anything in natural language and it will automatically switch to AI mode, and then it will give response like ChatGPT, so you don't have to leave the terminal. So as you can see, I'm asking its command to build let's say something like Docker image with GPUs. So let's see what it gives. As you can see, it gives a response just like how you would get in ChatGPT. So you don't have to leave the terminal. So that's the main feature that I really like about this terminal. And Warp can find and fix errors by attaching the context. So let's see how we can do this. So let's say I have a file called test.py and I'm writing something like time.sleep without importing any libraries or arguments. So let's see what error we get. So I'm going to do python 3 test.py. And we can see that we get a few errors. So we can click this attach as agent, and then we can ask fix my code. So basically what it does is it attaches this error as a context to our prompt, and this goes to the AI and it will give you a solution. And you can even copy the code, you can execute the command. So in this case, it clearly says that we haven't imported the time library. So I'm gonna copy this, and I did this, and then I got different error because I didn't have an argument. And again, I attached the context and it said that I don't have an argument. So you can either copy the code or you can execute it if it's a shell command. So I fixed it, and then let's see, I'm gonna add the argument, and then I'm gonna execute it again. And as you can see, there was no errors. Agent mode. So this is where you can complete an entire task just by using AI. So I'm gonna ask, so you can click that agent mode, and then let me ask something like, help me create a Python project inside a Docker container. And this should be in a new folder. So as you can see, it asks me to create a new folder using the mkdir command. So you can either press enter or control C to cancel. So I'm going to cancel it and ask, because I want the folder to be in the current directory. So I'm going to ask, create the folder here in this folder. So as you can see, it gave me a new command. So I'm going to press enter, and now you can cd into the folder. And it gave me a Docker file, and it also gave me a command to create the Docker file, the requirements, and the app.py. So as you can see, our files are created. Now we can copy this code. We can open the Docker file, and then we can copy paste this, save this, boom. And there you go. We finished an entire task just by using AI. So there is also a lot of customization that you can do in this terminal. For example, there's themes. So you can go to settings and click themes, and as you can see, there's so many dark modes, light modes. There's so many gradients as well. And the one that I really like is this jellyfish. And there's also like different fish, like marble, buildings, desert. There's so many different themes that you can choose, and I also really like the ones that are like the one with the gradient, especially this blue. I really like it. Next is notification. So let's say if you have a long running process happening in the background and you're coding something, and you don't want to wait for the whole command to finish, and you know what happens? See, the notification pops up at the top. Now you can click this, or you can just go back to your terminal and see what's going on with this process. As you can see, there was an error. So next is Warp Drive. So this is like a Google Drive where you can save your workflows, notebooks, which we're going to discuss in seconds. So let's start with workflow. So workflow is is a single command that you can save that you can use later. Let's say there's a really complex command with multiple variables. You can save it here. So for example, I'm gonna save the find command. So I'm gonna write the title, find a file, a description, and I'm gonna say find dot name, and then for the variables, make sure you have two curly braces and the name of the variable inside. And then as soon as you put the variable, two boxes are gonna pop up. So in that you can write the name of the description or anything like that, or you can autofill, and then you can click update, and the workflow gets saved. And the next time you wanna find a file, just click the find a file, and then you can change the variable. Basically, you can search for test.py and then press enter. Boom. So you don't have to type the whole command again. That's awesome. So I'm gonna create a different workflow here. Let's say you have two variables. So go to personal, click create workflow. I'm gonna do something, command for copying files from source to destination. So it's gonna be yeah, you can also write description and then cp, and then that's gonna be the source file, and then the destination folder. And make sure the variables are inside two curly braces. You can give the description for the variables and then click create, and the workflow gets saved. So the next time you want to copy the files, all you have to do is go to personal and click the workflow, and then you can edit the variable, and then press tab to go to the next, shift plus tab to go to the next variable, and then you can edit it, and then press enter, and then the command gets executed. Awesome. That's really useful. So the next is notebooks. So this is where you can save a sequence of commands that you regularly use. For example, for initializing a Git repo or for initializing a React project, anything that involves multiple commands. So for example, I'm here creating a workflow for initializing a Git repo. So there's git init, git add readme, git commit, there's you need to branch, and then you have to push. So every time you do this, you either go to Google and find all these commands. So that's really painful. So this is where notebooks come into play, where you can save all these sequence of commands, and even you can even write descriptions, that you can write bullet points, or you can even share this notebook with other team members. So I'm going to show you that later. So for now, I'm going to add all these headings to the command so that other people understand what it is. So that's for adding the remote URL. This is for pushing the changes to the main. So yeah, we've finished writing this notebook. And there's multiple different options, bulleted list, a numbered list. Yeah. So once your notebook has been saved, you can go to personal and click that notebook. And as you can see, two windows pop up. And all you have to do is click the execute button, and that gets, and then you can press enter and that gets executed. And as you can see, I created a README file, and then you can click the next command, click the next one, and then click the next one, enter. Again, next one, this one has a variable, so make sure you add the variable from your GitHub repo. Perfect. And then you can again execute the next one. Perfect. We just pushed the whole repo with multiple commands in just seconds. You can also create teams in settings. This is where you can invite different people. You can share notebooks, workflows. In free plan, you have a lot of cool features. You can even invite by email if you have their email. So that is really useful as well for real-time collaboration. So once you create your team, it's going to pop up on the side. The name of the for me, the name of the team is GDLS, and there you can create different folders, workflows inside the team drive, and you also have a personal drive, and this is where you can organize different workflows, different notebooks, or anything you could create. For example, if you have a bunch of different notebooks just for Python, you can create a folder named Python, or for React, backend, general. So I'm gonna organize my workflows a bit. So I created a bunch of different folders like general, React, Python, and I'm gonna put all the general ones inside the general folder. Through some of the popular keyboard shortcuts. So if you press Ctrl+R, the command search box is gonna pop up. So here you can search histories, all the different commands that you have used previously in a really nice scrollable window. As you can see all the different images. You can search, and there's workflows here. You can search for, if you have a ton of workflows, you can search by their description or even the command. You can even use the AI command suggestion. So this is where you can type in something in natural language, and it will show you all the different commands that might be related. So here I'm using what are the different commands to replay a ROS bag. ROS is a robotic framework. So as you can see, it worked. And there's AI queries. So these are the different AI queries that I made in previous month. And you can even search anything. Pretty much everything is in command search. Environment variables, notebooks. And the next step is control plus this apostrophe. So here, this also opens up the AI command suggestion window. Control Shift and P opens up the action center. So again, this is similar to command search. Here you can also see workflows, notebooks. You can see the theme picker, so you don't have to go to settings. So you have actions, environment variables, pretty much everything that you need in a quick few seconds. Create a new workflow, different things like that. So Control plus Shift plus D open multiple panes in one window. So you can open as many as you want, which is crazy. As you can see, I've opened like 5 or 6, and you can close it. So that's really useful. And if you want to search something in the window, You can basically use Control F like you use it everywhere else in documents. I just did Control F and I can search for Docker and it popped up. And unlike Linux terminal, you can put the cursor anywhere you want. As you can see, I can put the cursor anywhere. I can copy, paste, cut, or anything. So let's go to the settings page and see different features and customization. So I'm gonna go to the settings. As you can see, I can sync my theme with the OS. I can increase the opacity or decrease it. There's all sorts of different features. You can dim inactive panes. You can increase the font size. So I found that really useful. For someone with specs, that would be really useful. Window opacity, font size, line height. I think I put my font size as 20, so that looks good. And there's so many different features that you can turn on: shortcut screen, resize window, syntax highlighting, open completions, like I said before. Yeah. So if you turn that on, it won't show you the menu. So let's go back to the settings and go to the features. As you can see, I've turned this off. And there's so many different features: enable mouse reporting, scrolling, how much you want to scroll. And there's also keyboard shortcuts that you can even customize. There's so many different options. For example, AI commands edition. You can click something else like Control plus Shift plus M or Control plus Shift plus asterisk anything, and then press save, and that command gets saved. So that's a really cool customization feature that you won't ever find in any other terminal. There's create new notebook. So I'm gonna create something like Control plus Shift plus N and then click save. So that gets saved, and then the next time you want to open, you just use the same keyboard shortcut. And there's Warpify subshells if you're using SSH. There's referrals, and you can use 100 AI request for the free plan, which is really sufficient for most of the people. I'm going to show you how to create some useful workflows. So go to your personal and click create workflow. So let's create a workflow for starting a React project. So put the title, description. So I'm going to add a few commands here. So npx create React app, and then the name of the project, and add the description and press update, and that gets saved. So let's see how we can create some useful notebooks. So create a notebook, and again, we're going to do this for React. So type in the title, description, and then we can add a new command called npx create React app. Again, the variable will go inside two curly braces. So the next step would be going inside the project. So it would be cd name of the project. Now let's start the project. npm run start. Done. So we've saved a new workflow. So let's create a new notebook. So this is for virtualizing or creating a Python virtual environment. So again, title, description, heading. The first command would be python 3m vnv and the name of the environment. Now we need to activate the environment. So it would be source, the name of the environment, /bin/activate. And then let's go to the next step. This would be creating the requirements.txt, where you type in all the dependencies. So we need to create that. So that would be touch requirements.txt. And then we need to edit the file. So this would be code requirements.txt. And now we need to install all the dependencies. So that would be pip install r requirements.txt. So this is like a sequence of commands that you type in almost all the time. Now, all you have to do is click this workflow, and then just click that button, and that gets executed. So that's the magic of Warp. And you can have all these different folders. Like I'm just creating a new folder like backend. So let's create a new one called API development. So this would be for initializing Express.js projects. So the first step would be creating the project folder. So again, mkdir folder name, and then the next step, we can enter the directory. So this would be cd folder name. So let's go to the next step. This is where we will initialize. So npm init y, and then let's install express, npm init express, and then let's create an app.js project. And then the final step, that would be to start the run the app. So that would be node app.js. So we just created a whole notebook for creating an Express.js project. So next time you want to create something, just come here. So the last workflow that I'm going to show is to push changes to GitHub. So the first thing would be to add all our files to our staging. So that would be git add dot git add dot, and the next step we need to commit our changes. So this would be git commit and then the message. So we can either put this inside a variable or you can write a default message. So I'm going to do it like this. So the next step it would be to push the changes. So that would be git push. So we've created a bunch of different notebooks and workflows that would be useful as a software developer. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for guys. Subscribe, like, and comment if you want more tutorial like this.